going on, guys? Good morning. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this as a replay, good afternoon or good evening as well. I'm Cody Sperber, the Clever Investor, and I'm here at my gym, and I have a message for you that I feel very inspired for some reason to share with you guys. I feel very compelled. It's heavy on my heart, and I wanted to share this message with you because it's my number one secret for obtaining happiness. It's a weird concept when you think about how do I obtain more happiness. You know, so many times in life we're so focused on becoming successful, or so focused on hitting a goal, or so focused on making money. A lot of times our own personal happiness can go by the wayside. And I found that through, talking with other very successful entrepreneurs, people that just are really crushing it, playing the game at the highest level, they, at a certain point in their evolution, have really shifted from just money-focused, goal-focused, success-focused, more to like lifestyle, happiness, the way they feel about themselves focused, the legacy they leave behind. And I found, especially in my own journey, because I wasn't the most confident person when I first started real estate investing, I didn't have a lot of those internal drives inside me. I was a fairly lazy person by nature. I was a great procrastinator. I, wasn't, the person in school that you would have bet on to go off and become super successful. I was doing stupid things, hanging out with my friends, just living very below average, not even average. Like I was just floating. So I've been that person that had to work really hard on themselves, and I had a lot of self-limiting beliefs. You guys know my story, just because I looked so young and I was very immature for my age. Mentally, I was ahead of the game. Physically, I was below average, and it just, all through high school, I didn't have a lot of big drivers in my life. And so I want to share with you something I've discovered that is probably my number one secret to obtaining more happiness. And I hope this helps you. I don't know why I feel compelled to share it, but I feel very compelled to share it. And I hope if you get something from this message, you do two things. Please, there's somebody else out there that needs to hear what I'm about to say, so share this video. It doesn't take a lot of effort to click the share button, but this can make a big difference in somebody's life. And also like and comment on this video. Facebook gauges engagement, and if I don't get the thumbs and the likes and stuff, it doesn't show the video to other people that follow my page. So if you could do those two things for me, if you get something out of this message, I'd really appreciate it. And if you're watching this on YouTube as a replay, do the same thing. Like and comment on it so other people can get the benefit of it. But here's what I want to share. When you are an entrepreneur, that means something inside you is different than the normal. You want more out of life. You aren't content with cultural norms. You're not content playing with inside the lines. You're always pushing boundaries. You just feel different about yourself. You don't know why. You don't know where it comes from, but you're not on the same path as everybody else, and you know it. It's inside you. You might be scared. You might not know what to do, but it's something inside you that's different, that's driving you to start a business or to do something bigger than yourself, to play the game at a really big level. And a lot of times when we're going through that first year as an entrepreneur, it is super scary. There's so many uncertainties, so many unknowns. And if you are already starting that journey off with a lot of self-limiting beliefs or a lot of negative, toxic people in your life, maybe your environment is really rough. Maybe you grew up around self-limiting people with very strong opinions, people that have failed miserably in life and have settled, and now want to share with you all the reasons why it's not going to work for you in your journey. I tried that in the past. It doesn't work like that. Oh, you need money to be able to do that. You're not the right skin color. You don't have any resources or connections. Who do you think you are for starting a business? Whatever their self-limiting beliefs and their toxic opinions are, maybe it's just to protect you. Don't do that. That's too scary. That's too out of the norm. Instead, just go to school. Instead, just go get a job. Instead, work your way up. Whatever those self-limiting things are, maybe it's not even purposely to push you down or hold you back. It's to protect you in their own mind. But maybe our environment isn't the greatest environment to get going. And as a new entrepreneur, we always have this constant struggle of confidence and intention and certainty, because we're so uncertain, it's hard to have certainty. And I want to share something. Working on yourself, focusing on self-love, acceptance, working on yourself, it's not selfish to do that. It's actually selfless to focus on yourself first before you worry about helping everybody else around you. You can't be as powerful as you know you can be. You can't be as resourceful as you know you can be. You can't make the impact and help as many people around you as you know that you should when you yourself are in a state of disrepair, a state of uncertainty, a state of unresourcefulness, a state of confusion and fear. When you're stressed out, when the first thing you do when you wake up is think about toxic things, the bills that need paid, the things that are due at your work. Oh my, I got to get this report done. I got to, do this review. I got to do this big project. Oh my God, it's so overwhelming. Maybe you're still in school and you're like, God, I got homework due. If the first thing you do when you wake up is read negative news or grab your phone and check your email, and that email is all the things that people need from you, all the toxic things going in your life, all the challenges and hurdles, you are immediately starting off in a state where you're trying to play catch up. You're in a responsive state, a reactive state, versus a state of control, versus a state of I'm focused on myself for my first hour of my day every day. If you can take control of your mornings and your nights, the middle of your day becomes a lot easier to control. And here's what I know to be true. Working on yourself is selfless, because when you become more powerful, you're going to help other people around you. And I've just found that in order to do that, one of the skills you have to develop is this idea of stacking gratitude. If you're in a place right now where you feel like your back's against the wall and you're kind of struggling right now for that energy, you need to stack some gratitude. You got to start thinking about right out of the gates the things that you're happy for, because I've been at a place where somebody's asked me, what are you grateful for? And I'm like, nothing. I'm struggling. The bills are due. My back's against the wall. What do I have to be grateful for? My truck broke down. My girlfriend's pissed at me. I'm behind at work. I'm behind at school. I'm always playing catch up. I feel like I'm always late. I got all this time pressure on me, all these financial pressures. But the reality is, there's something that you have to be grateful for. There's people out there right now that can't even get clean water to drink. There's people out there right now that don't have a shot because they live in some really oppressive third world country with an oppressive regime that doesn't even have laws that support entrepreneurship, or they don't have opportunities. Their health is failing miserably. They have cancer. They're limited externally. And here's what I found. If you're sitting there right now waiting for an external place to get your happiness from, it's never going to come. If you feel like, man, one day when I hit my goal, I'm going to feel more happy and I'm going to chill more and I'm going to live more life, that day's never going to come. The goal keeps moving. I've shared this before with you. I've never yet hit my goals, because every time I do hit a goal, I set another bigger goal, and the line keeps moving forward. Do you guys understand what I'm saying right there? You can't wait for somebody's opinion to make you happy, or a moment in time where you sell your business, or you start a business, or you achieve this big goal, or that you close this big deal. And then I'm going to relax. Then I'm going to chill. Then I'm going to work on myself. Then I'm going to be happy. Until then, I'm just going to work my ass off, and every day, all day, I'm just going to hustle. I promise you that day's never going to come. And the fastest way I found, this is my number one secret, the fastest way I've found to start feeling more happiness internally, step one, stop waiting for an external. And step two, start keeping promises to yourself. When you keep promises to yourself, when you make that commitment to yourself, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to work on my health. I'm going to be more grateful. I'm going to be present in this relationship. I'm going to push myself a little harder right now. And you make and keep a commitment to yourself. That's where happiness starts coming from. It's not an external thing. It's an internal thing. Self-development is a feeling you have about yourself, the way you love yourself. And if you're feeling toxic right now, it's because you're not keeping promises to yourself. You're not living up to your full potential. You're not pushing yourself to the level that you know that you should. You're settling. Something is happening where you're beating yourself up and you're settling. And it's a lot of times because you're worried about somebody else's opinion. Fear of failure. Fear of uncertainty. Fear of looking stupid in front of others. Fear of success. What if this works? I don't know what to do next. And you're not keeping your promises to yourself. And my best suggestion is to start small. Don't make these giant, big promises to yourself that you know that you're not ready for. If you feel that you're a little pudgy and you need to take control of your health, make a commitment to yourself to start walking every morning. Start moving every single morning. Start working out. I found that people that are great in business a lot of times are physically fit, because physical fitness is a mental game. It's not just a physical game. It's hard to repetitively do this and push yourself and lift heavier and heavier weights each time. It's hard to do an extra rep and convince yourself to keep freaking going. It's hard to control what you eat. Now, I'm not saying there's a lot of unhealthy people that make a lot of money, but there's also a lot of people that make a lot of money that are extremely unhappy. If you want more happiness, you have to take control of your commitments. And I'm not talking about the commitments to other people, because yes, that's important and you need to stay within integrity. But if you are out of integrity with yourself, there's no way you're going to be able to keep commitments to other people when a big challenge hits, or a big problem hits, or a better opportunity hits. You're going to become wishy-washy, you're going to change directions, and you're going to back out of your agreements. And when you do that, you burn your brand, you burn your reputation. And that's the fastest way to go out of business. I don't know why I felt compelled to share this message with you guys, but I did. So there's somebody out there that needs to look in the mirror and get freaking real with yourself right now. You can bullshit your parents, you can bullshit your friends, and you can bullshit your coworkers. You can bullshit your significant other, but you cannot look in the mirror and BS yourself, because you know the truth. You know what is real and what isn't real. And you need to get real with yourself and dig deep and get recommitted. You can't serve people on the deepest levels when you yourself, you're not taking care of yourself, you're not loving yourself, you're not accepting yourself for who you are. And I'm not saying to go identify your weaknesses and work really hard on your weaknesses. I don't really think that that's what you should focus on. I think you need to focus on your gifts. I think you need to focus on your talents. I think you need to bring the best inside of you out. If you hate math and you hate accounting, don't go spend 10 hours a day trying to master accounting. Nobody does 8 hours worth of accounting and gets done and goes, boy, I feel great that I just banged my head against the wall and, did some accounting. Focus on your gifts. Focus on your unique talents. Focus on the reason that you were put here on this earth, the blessings that God has given you. Magnify those, 10x those, lean in on those, get super hyper focused on those, ramp up your energy, create that enthusiasm, and freaking go for it. That's what's compelling. That's what's going to attract people to you. But you have to start by stacking gratitude. That's step number one. Stop allowing your external forces and your environment to control you. Stack gratitude, find things. What happens is you create these little success habits, and all of a sudden you start feeling different about yourself because you're focusing on positive things. Your brain has I think they call it like a reticular activation system. And the theory behind it is, let's say you want to go new car shopping and you go look at a car and the salesman shows you everything about the car and you fall in love with the car and you buy the car, and all of a sudden you look up and you're driving down the street and that your same car is everywhere. The reason all of a sudden you notice it, it's not like they came out of nowhere. The reason you start noticing the car is because a part of your brain is designed to focus and identify things that you are focusing on. So if you're focused on negative shit, if you're focused on toxic relationships, if you're stuck in a bad place where your bills are overshadowing anything else and your back's against the wall and you're stressed out all the time and you're always running late and you got bad time control, bad efficiency controls, you're mismanaging your money, you're mismanaging your relationships, everything's out of control, and that's what you focus on every day, and then you stack it with bad news and social media and other people's opinions and bad emails, that's what you're gonna focus on. But if you focus it on the things you're grateful for, the blessings you have in life, the opportunities, the fact that you get to do these things, you don't have to, you get to. You don't live in Cambodia where the average income is like $1,400 a year. You don't have to get on a fucking raft and paddle over to the United States just to have a shot. You don't have to caravan through Mexico and beg at the border to get into a place that has healthcare and opportunities. You don't have to walk thousands of miles to get here. You get to be here. You get these opportunities. And if you start focusing on the things you're great at versus the things you're not great at, the people you're grateful for versus the things that aren't in your life, that's what you start focusing on. That's what starts becoming real to you. That's what you start identifying. And all of a sudden you start stacking the gratitude and boom, you start feeling different. Look, I'm always in a state of wanting more. It's natural for entrepreneurs to push themselves. It's what makes us different. I'm always wanting to become the next version of me. I don't want to be the same person 6 months from now or a year from now or 2 years from now. I want to evolve. I'm not saying just love who you are so much that you float. I'm saying love who you are so you can become the person that you know you can be. God, that was powerful. Sometimes I say some amazing shit. That was good. Love who you are so you can be the person that you know that you can be. Damn. That's some fire right there. That's some pre-workout mix like Cody Sperber. Oh, man. This is how you should wake up every day. Jonathan says, best video you've done. Thank you, man. You know, I don't know why I feel inspired to share that. It's sometimes I'm on, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I come on and I say crazy, dumb shit. And sometimes, you know, I'm on point. That's the cool thing about social media. I get to share my life with you guys, my thoughts, and I'm hoping that you share this so that at least one person out there that needs to hear this, that's stuck, gets some inspiration and some focus so they can go out and break free of that vicious cycle that they're stuck in. Because I've been there and it's a horrible feeling, man. There's no worse feeling than not wanting to wake up, than wanting to hit the snooze button 300 times because you just dread having to get up. That's a horrible feeling, and that's no way to live. Oscar asks, how did you learn this stuff, Cody? From books or a mentor? I think I've just evolved over time. You know, I turned 40 this year, and I'm just becoming and getting to a place where I have a lot of self-love and self-acceptance. I still got a long way to go. I mean, I still deal with shit from my past, things that I'm challenged by. I still struggle all the time with comparing myself to other people. I think that's normal. No matter how successful you get, another level, another devil. But I'm telling you right now, you will regret not becoming better, not pushing yourself to evolve, living average, living mediocre, allowing your environment to control your existence, allowing other people's opinion to define your life. I don't think we're going to end up 80 or 90 years old looking back on our life saying, man, I'm glad I didn't take those chances. Man, I'm glad I didn't start that business. Whew. Dodged a bullet on that one. I'm glad I never had a lot of money. I heard money is evil. I heard more money, more problems. I'm glad I never made that money. I don't think anybody's going to ever say that. I would rather find out for myself. I want to become super, super successful, super wealthy, financially free. Let me figure it out. Don't tell me. Let me figure it out. Let me find out if money is the root of all evil. Let me find out if money doesn't bring you happiness. Success doesn't bring you happiness. Too many challenges, too many hurdles, too many egos. I'll figure that out on my own. I don't need you to tell me that, because I'm not going to be that guy at 80 or 90 years old regretting. So yeah, I've learned it through a lot of relationships with a lot of successful people. A lot of times I identify what I don't want to be. I meet these egotistical, entitled, wealthy people, and I'm just like, man, bro, I don't want to be you. I don't care how much money you got. I don't want to be around you. I don't want your energy. Sometimes it's just seeing what I don't want. Sometimes it's seeing exactly who I look up to, and you meet your idol, you meet somebody that you look up to, and you're like, wow, you're the same person on stage and off stage. You're the same person that I read about in the book when you're hanging out with your friends and family. I love that about you. I want to pick up on some of your best qualities. I want to learn from you and pick up where you left off. And I'll even pay to hang out with those people if I have to. I'm not scared to cut a check. I'm all about paying for speed, wanting to go further, faster. And I know if I want somebody to make me a priority, if they're successful and they're busy, I'll write a check to them to make me a priority. I do it all the time. I spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on consultants because I want to hire and learn from the best of the best, period. And sometimes it's from books. I listen to a lot of audiobooks, about 1 or 2 a week. I've been doing it forever. So, hope that answered your question. I'm starting to ramble now, so here's what I want to do. If you got something from this video, please like it and share it. It's the best thing the best gift you can give back to me is like the video, comment on the video, tell me what you learned from this conversation, and then share it. That's all I ask, right? I come on here for you guys just to share some of my wisdom, and I hope you got something from this. You deserve it. You definitely deserve it. We all deserve it. Life is a beautiful thing, and you're alive. And if you're healthy, that's a beautiful thing. You're healthy. If you live in the U.S., that's a beautiful thing. You're blessed with opportunities. You're blessed with information. We don't live in a communist place. We don't live in a place where the government limits the information that we get. You're blessed. You should be grateful for that. You're also blessed by great laws, a great constitution, great opportunities in business because of the way our laws are. It's pro-business. Not every country is like that. You're blessed. There's mentors everywhere in the U.S. Everywhere. There's great mentorship available to you. You are very blessed that you have an opportunity to go hunt down those mentors. Find good people playing the game at the highest level and get close to them. Because that's, by the way, that's step 2. Step 1 is stacking gratitude. Step 2 is surrounding yourself with successful people. When you surround yourself with them, what happens is you pick up 10, 20, 30% of their attributes just by being within proximity of them. Proximity is power. So step 2 to get into the next level of life is surrounding yourself with great people. Think about that. That's another video for another day, though. I love you guys. I gotta go. I'm Cody Sperber, the Clever Investor, signing off for now. Take care. Comb your hair. Until next time, Cody Sperber signing off. Peace.